Hello everybody, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is I, Mr. Stephen Hesse, and it is Old School Monday and none other than Dungeon Keeper. But before we get to that, I'm going to say hello! It is I, with the Geek Apocalypse hood in all its glory. And yes, it is Old School Monday. Thank you so much for everyone that tuned in to Bloodborne Next Gen Week. That was incredibly awesome. Really had a great time doing that. But I got to the point, for those that tuned in on Friday's stream, to the point where I was like on the verge of killing myself with an axe to the face, quite literally, because I was just completely annoyed at how hard that game suddenly got. But that is Bloodborne for you. I may go back to it at some point. Obviously, I've got the saved game and everything, so I may go back to doing another week of Bloodborne. Who knows? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and that bridge will probably have an axe to the face. But anyway, as you see, I'm your host Stephen Hesse, and it is Old School Monday, so back to the regular schedule, which I'm super excited about because retro games are cool games. They're really, really awesome, and none other than Dungeon Keeper. I just wanted to say quickly why I absolutely adore Dungeon Keeper, because I was a huge fan of Bullfrog growing up. Populous at the beginning, because Populous, for those that don't know, probably was the pioneer of base building computer games. It was one of the first ones to do it. And Populous at the beginning, which was the second one, was something I played religiously. I absolutely adored that game. And Bullfrog were basically like one of the mainstream great PC guys of the 90s. And Peter Molyneux, who ran it, was regarded as one of the most influential people. Yes, I'm aware he did say stuff and they never got into the game. Like, he'd say, oh, a game does this, a game does that. But as someone who runs a business, the amount of times that you say stuff in idea form and never sees the light of day, I'm not giving him an excuse, so I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying it's understandable that you can get sort of overexcited and decide to say that loads of stuff's going to be involved, and then it just doesn't happen. So that's what happens in any business like thing. But anyway, I absolutely adore this game. So I thought to myself, what other game could I really do Old School Monday apart? Torchlight 2 was the first one. They're on YouTube if you want to have a look. And I'm probably going to revisit them at some point. And I've got an epically funny story to tell, which I will be doing sometime in one of the breaks, because I usually take a break every 40 minutes or so. So I'll tell it some point during this stream, but it is incredibly funny. I still laugh about it, and it happened on Friday. It was to do with the Orkney radio show that I'm part of in Newcastle. But anyway, enough of me rambling. Let's get to play some Dungeon Keeper, the epicness that is Dungeon Keeper. So let's just check the stream's working. Yep, stream's looking good. Excellente. If cool dude, if you could let me know, because I have the chat windowed. If you could let me know if anything happens to the stream, I'd really appreciate it. But yes, so here we are. It is the epicness that is Dungeon Keeper, and we're going to start a new game. And we're going to
smile. Set in the realm of joy. The people of Ever Smile are plagued only by aching.
Oh, it's for some reason my mouse sensitivity there was like literally up and down. It was quite amusing. Oh yeah. The first thing a keeper needs is somewhere to keep gold, where it's been minted out of the rock by its imps. To upgrade to treasure room, select the treasure room icon from the first panel. They mean that thing that's obvious? Okay, I've got to remember, I actually Googled this before I actually started the game. And there we go. That's better. Okay, so so this is the first level, so it's basically telling you how to play the game, which is pretty awesome. For those that don't know what this is, you are a dungeon keeper, hence the name. Aren't they geniuses? And the object is to defeat enemies or heroes or opposing dungeon keepers who have their own bases, and you build stuff, and it's awesome. I've played this a million times, but it's been such a long time that I may need to remember. So I might do the tutorial, and also it helps for those who haven't seen this game before. So this is your dungeon heart. If it explodes, you lose. So you have to protect it. These are your imps, your workers that do things at your beck and call, and you can slap them by right-clicking, which is incredibly harsh. There you go. It's a harsh world. I'm doing a little bit of a trick here. Because it says you must build a treasure room. But what I'm doing, right, a little trick of the trade for Dungeon Keeper, is it says build a treasure room, and then your imps, you see this treasure on the ground? Your imps will move it to your nearest treasure room. But the little trick that you learned, it says build a treasure room first. I'm going to choose to ignore it, because you build that, and then you build a treasure room on top of the gold. It automatically puts it into the treasure room. It's because I'm that clever. So you pick up creatures by left-clicking them, drop them by right-clicking over a room. Yeah, I know that already. Treasure room needed, I know that already. If you want your creature to work hard, slap them, which I just showed you. And we found a new area, which is the water. Excellent. Okay, so we are going to... So see, watch my magic at work. Watch the epicness. So I start building, and as you'll see, it puts it automatically into the room. Watch my money go up. See, I'm not just a hat rack. There is some hats in my brain somewhere. It's not empty. Oh yeah. Just make sure I got all of it. Might as well. And then the imps will get over the residue. It's just a nice quicker way. Greedily done, keeper. Now you need to... I must say the voice acting in this is epic. Apparently for the new one, they're going to put it on. They were trying to get... I think they did manage to get Richard... I think... I can't remember his second name, but Richard, the guy who does the voice in this game anyway. Greedily done, keeper. Now you need to turn some of your dungeon into a lair. Lairs are where creatures rest and recover. The area with your imps just mined out would be ideal for some creatures to lurk. Select the lair icon. Okay, I know that already. Use the curse to see other areas of the world. Yeah, I can rotate. If you want to make your creatures work harder, slap them. Yeah. Use left mouse to pluck your creatures from the dungeon. Use the right button to drop them. Yep, so you left click to pick something up. Is M the map? Oh, Stephen, he remembers. He remembers. Awesome. Right. So, next thing. We're going to build a lair like it requested. So, you want your lair or lair? Lair, tomato? Who knows? Who knows what it is? But you want to make it kind of as reasonably big as possible. It should be your biggest room in your dungeon, pretty much, because everyone's got to live in there. I mean, some people do the tactic of making your lair like build two layers, because you just want to, obviously makes your dungeon look a bit cooler as well. For me, it doesn't really matter. I just like to build one big one. But the reason you want to build two layers as the game progresses is creatures who you lure to your dungeon. Some of them don't like each other, and we'll explain that as it comes up. But it's pretty funny to see a skeleton and a bile demon just go at it, because they're just like, you're in this dungeon? I hate you. Go kill yourself. You play Bloodborne 2? X the face. But yeah, it's quite funny. So you might want to... So we built a lair. What was this cool dude about? I was listening, I can't... Why I wasn't there? Why I wasn't there? Why weren't you there? You were there because you were in Durham, weren't you? Let's mill them in slightly bigger. Right, so in order to get creatures to come to your dungeon, you need a portal. So I'm going to get my imps. Also, I know we don't have the spell yet to build more imps, but we'll get to that. I'm going a little bit slow. I would probably do this level. This is like the beginning level. A lot faster, but for those that I'm being generous to anyone who sees this, who does not know how to play the game, kind of give them a little brief run through, so everyone knows what we're doing. So when the creatures come from the portal, they will go to your dungeon heart to basically get a little like a badge to say you're part of this dungeon. Well done, congrats. Here's your starter manual of how to be a good creature.
An entrance has been claimed.
An entrance has been claimed. I used to do all these voices. Wait till he goes, you need to put the lair of your creatures. He's so epic. This guy's had about 50 cigarettes. He's a chain smoker. To get his voice that husky. It's like, I need to smoke. I'm not recommending that. That is a joke. Ooh, it's a fly. We have a fly, people. These are annoying. They're very good. The reason they're annoying is because that, well, they're not, well, it depends how you look at it, really. They're annoying in the sense of they just do what they want, and they obviously fly around. But they're useful for showing the map, because in a minute you'll see you'll probably see it run around here, and whenever a tunnel gets, you know, found, it'll just start wandering around. The bad thing is, it'll lure enemies to your dungeon, potentially when you're not ready. But ain't that epically fun? And we just have a beetle. It's tough enough to absorb a lot amount of damage. Like most creatures, it requires food. Dig out a new area, and we need to do the hatchery. So certain creatures need food in order to survive. Even creatures need food. So we're gonna do exactly what it says. Hatchery needs to be big because it generates loads of chickens, as you'll see, which is hilarious. Actual little tiny chickens. Considering this game was made in like, ooh, that's a good little trivia question. 95? Maybe? I think when I loaded it up it said 95. Maybe wrong. As in it might have been made 95, 96 maybe? Ooh, that's even an even better question. Was this before or after theme park? I don't know. Cool dude, do you wanna Google that? When was Dungeon Keeper? When was this made? Or like released? Because I currently don't. I'd have to stop playing the game in order to find out. Yeah, I'm playing this on DOSBox, which isn't exactly the most friendly of mobile software, although it's great for playing games such as this. Imps fortify your walls to prevent intruders tunneling in. If you want to create more imps, go to the research panel. Ah, there you go. I thought you could do imps. So, 97. Okay.
It is payday.
Interesting, 97.
Your gold reserves are running low.
Ooh. I should pay attention and stop building such big rooms. So it's saying I can pick them up using this tab here. Oh, I've just changed the view. I didn't even realize. Okay, this is probably better. Okay, let's just do it this way. Choose approach. They seek gaps in your fortifications in order to gain entry to your dungeon. A white trail of the map indicates their presence. Okay, so we're gonna get intruders coming in. There we go. Let them come in, I say. We have 4 beetles.
Your creatures are under attack.
Go beetles.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Go beetles. Help, cause I need somebody. Help, not just anybody. Go beetles. Kill them dwarves.
Your minions are winning a
Probably the
battle.
only game we're allowed to say that and not be discriminatory.
Your minions are winning a battle.
Yeah. We won the battle. See? There you go. There's an example of the flies. Look at them just roaming around. Oh yeah, I forgot that these drop. These drop gold, which is incredibly useful. 'cause I need somebody. But you see, yeah, so all these chickens making incredibly annoying noises.
The Lord of the Land.
Lord of the Land.
We shall send you back to the pits, foul one. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your creatures are falling in battle.
Yeah, flies don't last very long. So let's just leave them alone. Go on, guys, kill the Lord of the Land. So what happens is the Lord of the Land approaches, as the guy so gracefully said. And
your creatures are under attack.
You basically, once you kill the Lord of the Land, try and keep everybody. Go, guys. I'm trying to keep as many people alive as possible. Ah, screw the flies. But yeah, once you kill the Lord of the Land, the game ends. The level ends, and you can move on.
You have conquered this realm.
Hence what the guy said. I've conquered this realm. Why, thank you, Richard. I knew I could believe in you, Richard. Okay, your work is done. I can expand. I'm done. End the game. Gives you a score, which is nice. Loads of random ways of...
Branna Hawk.
Just a sexy voice.
Anthrax have taken to this land like fleas to a rat. The region is, thanks to your unstinting efforts, now a major eyesore.
See, man. Who wouldn't want to sleep with that man? Okay, it says put it in your high score, because Bullfrog decided to give you some things to go for. Done, and it goes red, which means you've conquered that particular bit, and you can move on. Sometimes it'll give you options, but it's quite linear. I think that's the end one. I don't know what, but the sensitivity on this is really high. My mouse sensitivity is like, whoa! Calm down, people. Okay, level 2, people. We're motoring, we're motoring. Remember the lessons you learned. Oh crap, I forgot. You must build a treasure room, a lair and a hatchery. You need to claim a portal. Build rooms and squares of at least 9 tiles to increase the efficiency of the room. So 3 by 3. Is that what that means? Look at me, I can count. Oh, you can possess creatures, which means you can go inside them and like kind of like first person. It's not the most great like thing. It takes a long time to get good at it to use it most usefully, but pretty fun. There is a secret level that requires you to use that mission, use that ability for the whole thing. I know, but I'm doing my tactic. It's zoomed in again. What's going on with this? Yeah, I know. Yeah, so what it's basically saying here is when the imps are no longer upset with you, slapping them around and making them dig gold, they'll fortify your dungeon, which is nice. Fortified walls can't be penetrated, which is what it's saying here. And it also makes you people more happy. Which is also good. Yup. Because all we want to do is make people happy. That's our goal in life. Is to make people happy. Don't worry. Be happy. As I say, use my tactic. Means the imps don't have far to go. And we have a new treasure room with a bit of stuff in. I know I've made it quite big, but usually as the levels progress there's more gold to mine. And sometimes there is gems. Gems are unlimited supply of gold. So you can keep chipping away at it and it doesn't go away. They're on certain levels, which we'll get to. But yeah, and I know for this is that reason that is like a path in the map is because there's a room at the end of there. So let's go and get it. But first of all, just give them something to do. Why does the view keep changing? That's really annoying. I literally am not pressing anything. I'm just pressing the map and it goes to... anyway, we'll leave it like this. It seems a better map anyway. So I'm building over the toply large lair. I know I could make them not this big for the first couple of levels, but I'm a perfectionist. It's a bit like The Sims. It's a bit like in the start of The Sims. You always make a house that you can't afford to keep. And in some ways, you should turn Sims off, in my opinion. Once you, I'm just going to turn the volume down ever so slightly. Slightly better. Okay. But yeah, it's a bit like The Sims. You just turn it off after you build a house. That's why you just use the cheat to get loads of money and build the biggest house. And you're like, right, that was fun. Play something else now. It's weird, The Sims. I always thought it was like a great game, but you get bored of it really, really quickly. There you go. Oh, I love this game. I must have played this game about 20 times, and it still doesn't bore me. So, we build a nice bit. We're going to build a lair. Or lair. I don't know how you say it. It's lair, isn't it? I don't know. Damn my dyslexia. Oh, and we now have the ability to build more imps, so we're going to do that. Look at that. Imps just appear from nowhere. Let's do one more. Every time you do an imp, you don't do an imp. That's awful. Gotta ask them first. At least send them out to dinner first. No flowers. Every time you do the spell and create an imp, it goes up in value every time, so it's more expensive each time you do it. That's what I was trying to say. I wasn't at all suggesting that you should take advantage of the imps that are under your control. That would be awful. And I don't believe there's any form of Samaritans in the dungeon world. Can you imagine that? Just like a bunch of beetles or flies on the phone. I hear you got something to say. Yes. My dungeon master. I dropped the soap and he told me to bend over and pick it up. So as you see, what says can take control of a new room is because ta-da! But let's put it in our big room. So we have new area discovered, new treasure room. Okay, let's claim Portal. Portal time! What a great game. And then you've got another whole bunch of room here. Have a look. A gander. Try to remember if there's anything else. Any secrets in this from what I remember. I don't think so. Let's see.
An entrance has been claimed.
There you go, just moving the chat for the Twitch so I can see it properly because okay, so we've claimed the entrance as it says from the lovely sexy man with the voice. And as you can see, I've not got me imps doing anything, so they're fortifying the dungeon, which is awfully nice of them. And now we need to build a hatchery. I like my rooms to be sort of like side by side. Ideally, you want your hatchery to be near your lair. I also like to build this another entrance so they have two ways of getting there. So they can go either through the lair, or if they're somewhere around this dungeon, they can go through here. And oh yeah, add one there. There you go. And also, you want the hatchery to be near the treasure room, the training room, so that they don't procrastinate when they need to eat. They can go straight to eat and then go back to training to level up. You'll see what the training room is when it comes up, but it's friggin' awesome because you get to make your guys. See how they're all like level 1? You can even train imps to be better. So once you get some creatures, you can tell them to. You can basically like send them in the training room and they get better. And you can slap them around like you own them, like they're your bitches. I'm that kind of dungeon master. And yeah, so it encourages them to work harder, but you also get a spell later in the game which you can speed them up. for a cost, and you can make them go like 10 times faster for about a couple of minutes. I can't quite remember how long, but it's roughly something like that. But it's epically fun and awesome. Just like this game. There you go. Oh, look at that. It's almost as if I knew that the game was going to mention the training room. Okie dokie. So, here come the imps to save the day. Right, so we need treasure room. That's probably should branch it out from the lair, so if they want to sleep, not that they'll want to do that, they'll probably want to eat more, but you know, let's do that. Make our dungeon look a little bit interesting. Let's make it interesting. But yeah, I think I played this. That sounds about right when Cool Dude says 97 it was made. I probably played this game probably about the time it came out. I was probably about 10 maybe when I played it, and I was not that great at it because I didn't really know what I was doing. But throughout my teenage years I must have got better at it and played it. Because yeah, I was obviously, look at me, I was clearly playing computer games as a teenager. I wasn't doing much else, let's be honest. But yeah, this was loads of Bullfrog games growing up in the 90s. Just amazing. Obviously theme park, theme hospital, Populous like I mentioned earlier. Second one of this, even though some people think the second one was better. I mean, I just think this was just. I think the second one went away from what made this great a little too much. There you go. Your plan: proceed smoothly, keeper. Allow your imps to fortify the walls. This increases the efficiency of rooms and repels would-be invaders. Okay, I'm doing said thing. Trainer room attracts ever more fearless creatures, such as the demon spawn. Oh yes, we have a demon spawn. To train creatures, drop them in the training room. The number that occasionally appears above creature head indicates how much gold it has for the cost of that creature to train. So you'll see once there you go. It's 15 every time he swipes. So it can be quite expensive. So you usually say slapping them. So if I slap him, oh no! He goes faster. Same for him. So I already have 3 demon spawns. Nice. So once you get a workshop, which is this thing here, which you don't get yet, it's suggested in any manual you read about this game, and anyone who's played this game will know, to build rooms, and so you can lock the training room and leave them inside for a bit. That stops any people who want to decide to train and you can't afford to. So you basically are picking and choosing who to train and who not to train. But it's not a free reign in this dungeon. No sir, you have to get permission of the dungeon lord. Otherwise, an axe to the face. But yeah, this is an epic game. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of waiting. We have to make sure, so my imps are in this new little training room thing, which is meaningless. Got no actual gold in, so I'm gonna sell it. I don't need no training room. Extra treasure room, I got one here. So if I run out of gold, I'll just start. I don't know whether or not. Yeah, I'm sure it would have a question mark if I got a new. If I got a new room in this game. So while I'm waiting, I'm gonna check the stream, see how we're doing. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing excellent. Very good. So while we're waiting on this stupid my people to train, how are you doing, cool dude? Are you well? I'm ultimately convinced I have a cold development yet again. I can't seem to just shift this cold away. It's really annoying me. Really annoying me. So we have Beatles playing some tunes to keep our creatures keep them occupied. Here. Apparently, the current favourite song in my dungeon is Yellow Submarine. I think it's a really classic. Keeps these people motivated to train. Yeah, basically, I threaten them by saying I'm going to take them to a yellow submarine if they don't work hard. Just leave them there to rot. And we have them annoying flies who... So what I'm going to do, to let the flies do something useful, is I'm going to see these, there's some water to explore, so I'm going to let them... Once an area gets revealed, the flies go, ooh, place to go, ooh, place to go, we must go to said place. So, yeah. Let's do that. So we have a nice little corridor going along there. Ooh, we have an enemy. Fly. Ah, can you go through here? How the hell did he get out? We have a teleporting fly, people. Surely, is that like a place you can kind of break the game? How the hell did the fly get out? There's literally nowhere he can go. He's broke the game, people. So as you can see, they're gonna walk around my dungeon. You see them on the map here. They're just kind of thinking around, trying to find a wall in my defenses. But no, all they find is a fortified wall. Because I'm a clever keeper. But let's face it, with all my demon things, let's just speed this game up. Let's have that. Let's have him there. Get the imp to knock down that wall. So when the thingy's that, I'll have a bunch of demon spawns ready and waiting. This is gonna be epic. Come on, guys. Hello. Aw, level 1. He didn't stand a chance. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to be rude. Don't mean to be offensive, but let's face it. Oh yeah, I've realised the flies are gonna go insane. You know what? Screw you. Go away, flies. Get rid of a couple of them because they just drive me nuts every time these things keep going away. What I've basically done there is you can get your creatures, you can just send them back in the portal like delivery service, like I want my money back. Gosh, you can get the Beatles involved. Stop playing music and start fighting. Yeah, these demon spawns are gonna kick these guys' asses. Level 4s. It's not really fun, but I'd say this is just the beginning levels. I'm trying to go through these levels as quick as possible so it's more interesting. I might play this 2 weeks in a row, actually, come to think of it, because there's enough levels for it to be interesting. So, oh no, no you haven't. Again, another glitch in the game. What, my walls? These aren't my walls. I don't own these walls. I'd like to. I wouldn't mind. More walls is better walls. Who knows? So here they come to ruin us all, and there's the fly being annoying. There you go, the fly's just like, I'll go and get myself killed. Okay, I'll rescue you. Stupid fly. Stupid fly. I hate stupid fly. The flies eat, yeah, the flies eat chickens apparently. Oh great. So the enemies are all gonna wander around. Okay, I've gotta wait for them to come over here. Then I'll just drop some demon spawns on their ass. Drop some demon spawns on their ass. Beatles work on that as a song. No, they're not. Go away, fly. Thank you very much, fly, but you're no longer required. Huh. And then just gave me a new one. Ah, the beauty. Ah, just let him die. Screw it. Screw it. I try to be nice to you, fly, and you're like, no, but I wanna go and get myself mutilated. They're awfully perverted flies. Oh, does he? Well, dog days are numbered, evil one. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so, Lord. I got your ass. So he'll spawn in this room here. You'll suddenly see a white. And he'll come through and he'll be like, hello. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention. You also pay your creatures a salary every so often. So that was like 1,000, which I can easily afford, but it obviously gets more expensive as the game develops. So yeah, you got to be wary of having enough money to be able to afford it. Oh, the Lord of the Land's on his own. That's a bit brutal. The Lord of the Land has no friends. Oh, everybody sigh. Well, put you out your misery. As you can tell, that was easy. Oh, I've conquered this well. I would think he's actually a bitch slapped this level. Richard, get your facts right. Okay, we're done. So let's whatever. Ooh, we're now on. Probably should put Gigapocalypse, but I don't think it'll fit. So I'll just put my second name. Okay, so as you can see, we're now got to pick this one. God, the mouse sensitivity on this bit, it's like a fly, and it's like I'm a literal fly in the game. I'll just go wherever I want. Screw your orders. Building a dungeon with a treasure room. Okay, so hang on a second. I'm just gonna save the game some time and click it to there already. And then zoom out. God, again, the sensitivity level. Okay, there you go. Right, so build a dungeon with a treasure room, a lair, a hatchery, and a training room. Make sure they're all big enough. Oh, I do. Cramped conditions do nothing for the morale or minions. Yep, well, the game doesn't know I'm also claustrophobic myself, so as you can tell, I think that's a room. There is no indication that it's not a room. Why should I think that? Well, it has a natural path and it's a fucking room. So yeah, they're not one for being subtle, Bullfrog. Okay, so we'll do a regular trick. I know what's in there, but I'll let it be a secret. And we'll reveal it when it happens. But I know what it is, because obviously, as I've said, I've played this game a zillion times. But a zillion times shows that it is the most epic of games, and I'm more than willing to play it again and again and again, because it's awesome. Why are you fortifying walls, you imbeciles? I want you to do this. So let's say a nice little trick for those that who might want to play this game for the first time. Mine the gold and then build the treasure room on top of it, and it just saves some time. And then the only downside is if like I'm getting gold along here, for example, then it might take them longer, but it's just really good to get some startup gold, because then you just don't need to wait for the golds for the imps to do their thing and pick the gold up. Yeah. So the lore keeps going. Yeah, it is. It's levels. It's like a campaign. It gets harder and harder and harder. Ah, I love this game. This isn't gonna be like Bloodborne, where I like changed my mind. In Bloodborne, I was like, oh, have I ever said how much I love this game? And then it got hard, and I was like, you know, I think I've changed my mind. I'll never not like this game. It is still all of like, so what, 97 to 2015. So what's that? My maths isn't what it was. What, 18 years later? Is that right? 18 years? Yeah. So 18 years later, it is still in my top 10 of games. I still absolutely adore it. There you go. So see, I've got a shitload of money and I've done very little. Pretty much like life. No, that's not. Sadly, not true. Okay, we don't need to do that. So let's build. Let's build a huge lair. With all this new money, I'm gonna build a lair. Need to build a lair for your creatures. Okay, Richard. Even though he didn't say that, it's almost like Richard was here. It was such a great impression. But yeah, apparently, like, I believe it was one of the stretch goals for War for the Overworld, which is the unofficial Dungeon Keeper 3 sequel. You can find it on Steam. If you actually want to know how that got developed, we talked to James Heineken, who was the writer for Subterranean Games who make that game. That is he's on like the third episode we ever did, and he talks about the development before it got made. But one of the stretch goals for the Kickstarter was to get the original guy who did this voice to do all the stuff, and I think they achieved it. Cool. What is dwarfs? Never heard of it. I once got sent, at the radio station I used to work, we got sent Dungeon, I think it was, which was meant to be sort of a copy of this, like as in they borrowed from this game and tried to make their own version. It had beautiful graphics, but it was one of the most worstly made games I've ever seen. It was so incredibly bad. I mean, the controls were awful, the plot made no sense. It was dull. There was nothing worthwhile to do. It was all like, you can do this, but we're gonna limit you doing it. It's like, it was so frustrating. I've never seen a game nosedive from like when you first play it and you go, wow, this is like, it looked like Borderlands. It was that type of graphics. But yeah, that was an awful game. And I even told them when I sent them the review, they said, so what do you think of it? And I just like, there's not enough words to describe how furious I am at how bad this is. I actually had an emotional response of how awful it was. Just drove me insane. I only played it about 45 minutes. It actually put me in a bad mood. That's how bad it was. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I think that game was a prime example. That game was a prime example of the graphics isn't everything. To me, it's a nice bonus for a great story and a great world that you created. If it's a fantasy element, if you create a great world and you have a great story, the graphics should be a bonus to that. And like the worst thing you want is a great game that the graphics hinder it somewhat. You know, that's the other aspect of it that you may consider. That sounds quite fun. I might give it a try. Is it an indie game? Like, is it made by independent developers? That sounds like it is if it's free. Because if so, I may play that for Indie Thursday. Ooh, we have our first suggestion. Potentially. Oh yeah, there you go. So we take control. It's a training room. Okay, but we had inside skeletons. You can't have a dungeon game without skeletons. So yeah, so they're already at level 2, and they're really, really good little powerful things. Which of course are the skeletons. What game would have a game with a dungeon-like element and go, nah, skeletons are shit? So yeah, they're really cool. But as I said earlier, totally, I might do that this Thursday then. I was trying to think about what I would play for that. Oh, actually, I downloaded a game called Zombie Driver. Alright, cool, Tripwire, I've heard of them. Yeah, but I downloaded a game called Zombie Driver the other day because it was on one of the special things, and that seemed bizarre, and I really liked the sound of it. Oh, I need to get the portal. So yeah, I was thinking about doing that on this Indie Thursday, but that sounds cool. I might do that, make it like a dungeon-themed week. Okay, so we need to build a hatchery. So what I'm going to do, if I leave the training room where it is, I'll just build a hatchery here. Okay, I think I've been playing for about 40 minutes, so I'm going to take a break in a sec. Just making my lair a bit bigger. Gonna... Oh, let's get some more imps on the go because they're being lazy shites. We need them. I want them to get the portal. There we go. Now we've got 9. Let's give it a nice even 10. There we go. 10 imps. Be more than enough to get what we need to do. Is it really? Okay, we've got, I'll take the pause now and see if it is bugging out. No, it's totally fine, my end. Anyway. Oh, it is, yeah. Something wrong with the... Interesting. Right, well, I'm going to take a pause anyway. Let's put it on here. And I'll see if I can fix whatever's going on.